When it comes to road transport, drivers sit on either the left or right-hand side depending on the country the vehicle has been produced to drive in. However, air travel has a much more international focus. As such, there's a greater degree of uniformity regarding where the captain sits. Specifically, they always find themselves seated on the left-hand side of the cockpit. But why is this the case? The fact that the left-hand seat of a two-person cockpit is reserved for the aircraft's captain dates back to the decades before the advent of jet-powered aircraft. According to Ask Captain Lim, this tendency came about due to the nature of early rotary-driven aircraft, such as fighter aircraft from the First World War. Specifically, it was easier for these aircraft to turn to the left, as this allowed them to follow the torque of their engines. Their left-turning torque functioned in this way because most aircraft propellers at the time spun clockwise. Contrastingly, right turns required early pilots to counteract this force, demanding stronger control and rudder inputs. The relative ease in turning left for these aircraft subsequently led to several operational tendencies that cemented the left-hand side as the captain's seat. For example, many airports began to favor traffic patterns consisting of easier left turns. With such patterns being predominantly left-handed, it became the norm for an aircraft's captain to sit on this side. This allowed them to benefit from greater visibility when making such maneuvers. These typically happened more commonly than right-hand turns. This is a tendency that has continued over the years. Of course, the advent of newer engine technology has removed the unbalanced turning tendencies that led to left-hand turns being favored in the first place. However, the tradition of seating position remains even today, with the captain continuing to be seated in the left seat. Of course, it is worth noting that today the right seat has the same controls. As such, first officers are in an equally viable position to control the plane. Interestingly, the tradition of seating captains on the left-hand side does not apply to helicopters. This is reportedly the case to allow helicopter captains to keep their right hand on the aircraft's sensitive control stick. According to the American Psychological Association, around 90% of people favor the use of their right hand, hence the position for helicopters. Meanwhile, this leaves their left hand free to operate the helicopter's less sensitive collective control. Were you aware of the historical background for captains sitting on the left-hand side? Let us know in the comments. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles and a podcast every week. If you're looking for the latest aviation news and insights, visit simpleflying.com. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe before you go.